To Atlanta. How are you feeling?
Aside from being cold, I feel pretty good.
So you mentioned you went to cryo. Can you tell us like what that is? Why you do that so close to a fight? What's the reason behind that?
Yeah, there's a million benefits if you just want to just Google them. There's so many. Just for recovery, feeling good. It feels like once you get out of it, it feels like you took a shot of espresso, so it wakes you up. So I started my morning with that, and then came right over here.
So I have to ask, your last fight, you came and talked to us afterwards, and that's kind of rare for somebody to come and speak after a loss. What was the thought process behind that?
Well, they asked me to, and I was surprised they asked me to. But I was like, you know what, I can do it. PFL treats me good. They want me to do it. I'll do it. And then it's good to kind of face the music. You know what I mean? Like you do it in the win. You do it during the good times. It's good to do it during the bad times too.
Does it help to kind of talk things out a little bit and kind of ask questions maybe you hadn't thought of right away?
Yes, I didn't think it would be, but it actually did turn out to be good because one of you guys asked me, what does it mean to you to have the next date already booked? Like you already know when you're fighting, and I said this in another interview. She's like, oh shit, it clicked to me where I was like, you're right. Let that shit go. Dust your shoulders off. On to the next one because you already know when you're fighting. You know you're fighting June 23rd. So just to have that click for me right there, I was like, oh, that's a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. That made it a lot easier for me to process.
Do you feel like going into this fight you're a little bit more dangerous than maybe the first one because you're coming off a loss and you need the points?
Absolutely. That's very, very well said. I think so for sure. I'm looking for that quick six because kind of in the position where I need it.
And what do you expect from this fight?
A quick six.
And there's rumors that Bellator and PFL may be joining together. PFL may be buying Bellator. Is there somebody in Bellator that you would really like to fight?
I'm fighting this dude on Friday, and I cannot overlook this dude. Nishikawa he's not a slouch. I'm focused fully on this guy, and again, I have to get the finish. So Bellator would be awesome. They did a merger. That would be a million super fights. It would be huge for the entire landscape of MMA. I'm all for it, but focus fully on Friday night.
And the last question for me: what's your prediction for the Final Four?
Final Four.
Final Four in your division moving on.
I think it'll be myself. I think it'll be Olivier. I'm leaning Stevie Ray, and I'm gonna go Schultz. I think that was the Final Four.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi, Maddie Levine with Fight Bananas.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Love the shades.
Thank you.
Looking
Thank
good.
you. Anthony Aiden, shout out.
I like it. So in your debut, obviously it didn't go your way. Have you been able to put that in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, 100%. Like I was just telling her, like I already had my next fight booked, so that was huge, and it made it so much easier for me to just let that shit go and be like, all right, on to the next one. You don't want to let it go in a sense where you don't want to make it. I had to focus on making the adjustments. I had to do. There's things I could have did better for sure from that fight. So I took that, but just to be able to say, fuck it, all right, let that bad taste out of your mouth and focus on the next one was huge.
And not only that, but obviously PFL has that different kind of tournament style of fighting. So what kind of adjustments did you have to make to accommodate that different style, mentally and physically?
Yeah, so the first fight, everyone was asking me that, and I was like, I'm treating this like a regular fight camp. So it was just balls to the wall, like full steam. This one, you're basically going camp to camp, so it's been more of a taper down, taper it back up a little bit, not too crazy, and then taper it back down to fight week. So because it's one big camp, so it's more about maintenance after the first fight. Because I'm already in shape. I've been in shape since February training for this, so it's all about maintaining and focusing more so on the game plan specifically for my opponent.
Would you say you're in the best shape of your life then, seeing as how you don't have to do that yo-yo in fight camp right now?
Yeah, I do think so. Yes,
Yeah.
I do think so. But I don't want to say it. It's so cliche. Every fighter says I'm in the best shape. Yeah, it's the best shape of my life. I mean, so I'm not gonna say it, but I do think so.
So your teammate Solomon Renfro also making his debut, 6 days notice. What can we expect from him? And did he have any reservations about that 6-day notice?
Not to my knowledge. It's a huge opportunity for him. I mean, he could jump in and be a millionaire within a couple of months. So I can't see why there would be any reservations for him. But you can expect violence. The kid's so explosive. I'm so excited for his fight. And don't be surprised if he gets that quick six.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one from me today, Shane. Obviously, when you made the jump from PFL to PFL, you were one of the first to do it. You were very adamant on the fighter pay. Since you joined, obviously we've seen Francis Ngannou also join.
Yep.
Has your message gotten maybe even more passionate seeing that?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that's a massive move. It's the biggest signing in MMA history. I think the biggest free agent signing. I think I was at the time, like for the PFL, which I took a lot of pride in. Then he completely smoked me and blew me out of the water with his deal. But I'm happy for him. It's a huge move for the PFL, but it's also a huge move for MMA in general. And it makes me more. It gives me more pride in the fact that I made the decision to jump over to PFL and I'm part of this team.
Thank you.
Yep.
How would you compare last fight's camp to this fight? fights camp?
Last fight camp was more regular fight camp. You know what I mean? It's like a regular every other fight that I've done. Nothing different, honestly. This fight camp, like I was telling her, it's more about maintaining. I couldn't go too crazy because you don't want to peak too early. So you kind of got to maintain, ramp it up a little bit, then ramp it back down, getting ready for the fight.
So we know it's a huge opportunity for Solomon to come into the PFL, but how did that affect you, like the week of your fight, knowing that your teammate, your friend, your brother is going to war with you on the same card, same day?
Yeah, if anything, it got me more excited because we had Christian, one of my other teammates, and Vilson, a couple other guys, fight last week at CFFC. They had huge wins, finishes. That got me pumped up just to see them get their hand raised. And when you finish a guy, that feeling you get when you win a fight, man, after a finish there's no better feeling. So to see them get that, pump me up, and then now I see Solomon's fighting, and he's gonna be fighting right before me. That's good, and he's gonna get a win. He's gonna get a finish. That's gonna pump me up even more. So it's gonna give me even more juice to go out there and get that finish.
Go ahead.
You delivered a great performance your last fight.
Thank you. I don't think so, but thank you.
But you didn't get the win.
Yes.
How are you planning to make up for that fight this fight?
It's gonna be a completely different fight. The last fight wasn't even really a fight, honestly. Just being honest with myself, it was just I hate everything about that last fight. I'm going in there this one to make it a vintage Shane Burgos performance, but more emphasis and more focus on that finish because I'm in that position where my back's against the wall. I need that finish, and it's finish or nothing. There's no other option for me.
What are you planning for Yamato?
A finish, first round finish is what I'm gunning for, and I love the fact that he's gunning for it too. It's gonna make for an exciting fight for the fans. But that first 5 minutes, I'm looking to get him out.
Okay, you was born in 1991 in the Bronx.
Yeah.
I'm sure you grew up on great fighters and boxers like Mike Tyson. Today, you're a warrior yourself. How do you feel being one of the best martial artists in the world, and not just that, but getting paid to do it?
Oh man, it's finally getting paid like a real pro athlete. It's nice, and I take a lot of pride coming from what I came from. I came from the Bronx, the living in the project buildings, like not having a lot of money coming up. I'm not supposed to be here. You know what I mean, I'm not supposed to make the living that I made. Like everything I've earned has been with my two hands. You know what I mean? I put my blood, sweat, and tears on the line to be able to give my family a way better life than I had. My parents didn't have anything. They had even less than what I had, and they were able to give me, I thought, a great childhood, even though I grew up in not the best neighborhood. And now to give my family times 10 what I had, it means everything to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Any more? All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.